Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahushua Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 24th of July, 2024. It's 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm gonna do a trade recap here. I did on ES using Bookmap. You'll just bear with me because actually I'm just recovering from surgery, so I'm not too 100 right now. So just bear with me. This is going to be VWAP from the ETH session. This is VWAP from the Euro session. And that yellow line right there, that's VWAP anchored from the RTH session open right here, right? This is going to be VPOC. VPOC is migrating down as the session has opened. So VPOC is going to be along this level here. All right, so as we're moving down, right, so we lost VWAP. We pushed above, hit minus 1 on the ETH, minus V1 on the ETH session, which is the first lower deviation. So I call it minus 1 VWAP, right? Let's call it that, minus 1 VWAP. We lost VWAP from the RTH session, pushed down to minus 2 VWAP, and also minus 1 VWAP from the and minus 2 VWAP from the ETH session, the Euro session, my bad. So, and y'all bear with me. So we came down here, V2, riding along V2, had that little pop-up, pushed down again, had that little pop-up. So now this is where the Black Sun strategy is going to come in, right? So if we're below these V1 and V2s, right? So minus V1 right here, right, for the European session, coupled with, let me just show you, minus V1, RTA session, European session minus V1, right? So in the Black Sun strategy, we're looking for rejection and continuation in a strong downtrend. So these are usually reversal levels, and you can see sometimes here I'm trying to take these longs as a bowling green strategy because we're building a course between these V1 and minus V2. And when we get the breakout of minus V1, that's the bowling green strategy right there. So I attempted those, stopped out, right? Was trying to catch some longs in anticipation of breaking above that level, got stopped out. So at this point here, this is where I should have realized early on that this is actually a Black Sun or a 360 fire, my bad, not Black Sun. So this is a 360 fire strategy. Man, you got to bear with me, man. I'm a little out of it, you know what I'm saying? So with the retest of these levels here, minus V1, this is a Black 360 fire because we're flipping like we're reversing, but we're actually continuing the downtrend, right? So it's a 180 reversal up to minus V1. Then you get in that rejection back down. So it's 180, 180, 360 fire strategy, right? So that's why I call it that. Right, so we came down here again. I tried to go long here, right, in anticipation of catching that bowling green strategy. But at this point, I should have started realizing that, okay, this is actually a 360 fire. So my perception wasn't on point there. So stopped out of this trade here, went long at 55, 37.50. Stopped out at 55, 35.50, right? So my 2-point stops. Again, trying to catch these reversals here, thinking we're going to pop back above these levels, getting stopped out, right? So I did that way too much, you know, getting stopped out here, getting stopped out. Tried to catch them here as well, stopped out, stopped out. All right, so this is where I'm coming to my senses here. So as we push to minus V1, right? Volume pointer control has moved down. I was trying to go long there as well. Got stopped out, right? And as we stopped out, I just entered these short trades right here at VWAP. Now, this isn't great trading, I must admit, you know what I'm saying? But I eventually caught wind of what's going on and entered that short trade right there. So this is actually European VWAP right here. And we're gonna get the breakdown of that. Right, so we moved along European VWAP for a little bit. No, this is actually the lowest price level at that time, my bad. So we actually get that breakdown right there. We had a little pullback, came back, retest VPOC, came back and retest -1 on the European session and started cascading again. Right, so I just rode those shorts there and actually took a good bit of size, so I recouped all of these losses. So that's the PNL on the day. But this is not my NinjaTrader, but the NinjaTrader platform is similar. The PNL is similar. So got my take profit here at 55.03 and 55.0350. Right, so I stopped out right there, covered my short position. And as you can see, I was trailing my stop above structure, like when we push back above, or when we pull back, just trail my stop above those highs. Trail my stop down here to, let's see, 55.06, and then eventually just covered my position here. So yeah, that was my trading today. Layout, I wasn't really paying well, I was paying attention, but my perception wasn't on point to catch the 360 fire strategy earlier on, right? Because I could have been in a short way earlier from like around here, you know, like around 10:30. I could have caught that from there, and even way before that. Let's see. Right here. So at 9:45, if I was more aware and didn't get stuck into taking a bowling green reversal, but this isn't bad, right? Because it's setting up for the bowling green. The course is being built between minus V2 and minus V1. Taking a breakout, it just didn't work, right? So you live and you learn, right? Watching it go down, watching it go down. I shouldn't have tried to take these longs right here because they're not breaking out of minus V1, which is the bowling green strategy criteria. So I'm taking bad trades, getting stopped out, trying to catch these early reversals, thinking we're going to break out above minus V1. And that's where I got caught. Got caught taking those reversals off of minus V2 when we're actually in a strong selling trend. So it kept stopping me out, you know. And eventually we started to move sideways. I thought this was definitely the breakout of the bowling green right here because we built so much cause between, let me just show you. So much cause is being built between minus V2 and minus V1 that I thought this breakout here was surety, you know. And when that didn't work out, I guess that's when I started to think, well, hold on, let me just go short, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I entered this short right here and covered the rest of my losses. This could have been a nice add to the position, but as you can see, it's heavy buying, so I was cautious that my stop right here at 55.19, 25 was going to get hit, so I didn't really enter there. This was confirmation that where the buying exhaustion is happening because we're not getting no follow through after we pull back. Let's say this is kind of like a bull flag or a bullish retracement. We didn't get any follow through to break above minus V1. So that could have been a nice entry there as well on the breakdown of the structure right here. Or maybe even just on the retest and you see the exhaustion up there. And let's see where we're at now. So we're at 5,500. We're at monthly TC and weekly S1. So it's looking like we're getting some support buyers right here along this weekly S1 level. They're pushing above, let's see, that is -1 on the ETH and the Euro session, but we're not sustaining above that level. So this is something like what's happening here is something like the Bowling Green strategy. You're building cores between these levels and you're getting a pop out. But this one, these are failing because the selling volume is just way too high, you know. Sellers are definitely in control, so that's why I should be switching to the 360 fire strategy. We're trying to short these touches here. All these touches here are great entries for a short, right? This one here didn't work. If you try to take it here really quick, you get stopped out, squeezed out. But then somewhere around here, you might get a retest here and a fail and then another short. Let me see. Let's see how that one is going to work out right now. All right, so that's the retest zone right there. -1. And let's see if buyers are going to test it and then fail. Or they're not going to get up there at all. Right, so I guess that was most of the retest you're going to get in that right there. And all of this is just, you know, my little strategies. This is not a trade recommendation or not like that, you know. You gotta formulate your own strategies. You can't really copy my style, you know. I mean, you have to have this. It has to be an inclination from you. That's how I develop my strategies anyway. I might look at other people's stuff, but it has to resonate with me so I can be able to operate it properly, you know, or execute it properly. I can't really execute somebody else's idea properly, you know. So that we didn't get the retest up here. So once you start seeing the breakdown here, you could enter, put your stop above that level and above minus P1. All right, so let's Malak Shalomo. You'll trade safe and stay blessed.